Hi, this is Soulgazer. Today I got Cleveland jersey. I bought this a little bit after the finals ended. And this is a jersey that I've been wanting for a while. And I got it at a pretty good price. Retail is $200, but I got it at $120. About $80 cheaper, and there's no tax, so I think that was definitely worth it. And this is the authentic jersey. I did a review for the Swingman jersey in the past, but there were some issues with the construction, so I decided to get the more expensive one. And honestly, this wasn't the first choice that I had in mind, but the other colors were gone, and this was the only one left. Let's look into the detail. Two different fabrics. Unlike the Swingman, this is more like a satin type of fabric. It's a woven fabric. This trim is a little bit more expensive looking. It has a nice gloss to it. And another piece, yellow one. In a V shape. Unlike the standard Swingman jersey, the backing of it is different fabric. So they have a stitch right here. Same thing with the armhole. It's a woven fabric, and the lining is the base fabric. This is a pretty standard procedure for the authentic jersey, and let's see how this looks inside. Yes. So they have a clean finish here too, which is really nice. They sandwiched the yellow piece inside and then they stitched it. It's made in Thailand. It uses Aeroswift fabric. Here's a swoosh. It's a pretty thick swoosh. It's about twice as thick as the Swingman jersey's swoosh. It's not going to come off easily. This is definitely my favorite part about this jersey. One of the big reasons I wanted to get it from the team store is because of this. You could only get a patch from the team store. And this one, or this logo, is probably one of the best that any jersey has. Another one that I really like is Milwaukee Bucks. I think they have Harley Davidson. So it matches the jersey really well. And this is a patch. They're sewn on. You can see the stitch right here along the edge. Let's look at the logo. So these patches are sewn on, they're not heat transferred. It uses 3 different colors. So it has 3 layers. The yellow outline, that's the highest, and then the base white. And underneath the white, there's the black outline. and they're all sewn onto each other. Zigzag stitch, and the stitch looks pretty good. I see no issue. And to the numbers, this base fabric is the same, this white. This fabric and this fabric are the same. See the light direction, the twill, same thing, diagonal. But the difference is this one is perforated. The land is not perforated. They're applied like a shadow. Just like the land, the number has 3 layers too: white, yellow, and black. They're all separate pieces. It's not screen printed. So even if you wash them a lot, you don't have to worry about fadage. Let's look at the tag. This detail is only available for the Authentics. Defend. It's a thick print, just like the swoosh. You can see how thick they are. The Nike Connect tag is the same, and it says +2. That's +2 inches. This is how the back looks. So on the neckline, it's the same piece, all connected. It's a separate piece from the front on both sides. So they had the front piece, and then they had the back piece here. A lot of teams have this as a separate color, but for this model, they kept it the same. And at the center, there's the O'Brien trophy with number 1. That means they won 1 championship. And below that is NBA logo. Unlike the Swingman, this is not flat. Jerry West and NBA, they're raised a little bit higher than the red and the blue. And under that is player's name, in this case LeBron James, so it has James on it. It's in white. This is just one fabric, one white fabric, and they have a zigzag stitch along the edge. Number in the back. Just like the front, it uses 3 different colors, and each color are a separate piece. They're stitched on. And this white fabric is perforated just for the numbers. And this stitching looks pretty good here too. Let's look at the side panel. I mentioned in the previous video on the Swingman jersey review, but this is one of my favorite part of this design. Looks like a column. And I think it was based out of a column too. I remember reading it somewhere, but I can't remember the detail. So they are all separate piece, different fabric. They're all stitched on. And the stitching looks a lot better on these than the Swingman jersey. It's poofing up a little bit because it was folded that way, but it's laying pretty flat. And the width of each panel are about the same. There's not much warping going on or puckering going on. And this pattern right here, they're screen printed. And these fabrics are a little different from the base fabric. It feels a little bit stronger on these. It's not an Aero Swift, or maybe it's a dry fit, but it's definitely a lot stronger on these panels. And these ribbons are pretty strong too. They're like satin. And the yellow is glossy. The gray and charcoal is a little more matte. But they are nicely stitched. And at the hem, there's a slit. This is only available for authentic jersey. And a little bit longer on the back. This is how it looks from the inside. It looks a lot cleaner than what Swingman jersey had. The Swingman had a lot more panels going on, so there were a lot more stitches, which made it more uneven. But this one, there's a white base fabric, and then they stitch on the ribbons on top of it. They should have done this for the Swingman too. Let's try these on. So this fabric is a lot softer than Swingman. Because this is authentic jersey, it fits a little bit looser than Swingman jersey do, and it's also longer. So if you are skinny, you might be able to size down. But for me, I have a belly, so I have to keep it the same size. Because this is made a little bit bigger, even if I have a hoodie underneath, it feels pretty comfortable. And I can't even feel the weight that much because they're so light and the fabrics are so thin. It's pretty easy to move. After looking at all the details, I am pretty happy that I bought this because this was $120 and I believe the Swingman was $122. I actually returned it because of the construction on the side panel. And it's about the same price, or maybe this was cheaper because I didn't have to pay tax. And I got the Wingfoot sponsor logo too. $420. The constructions are a lot better than Swingman, and the fabrics are better. And more than anything, the stitches around the name and numbers are so much better. Oh, and the side panel too. This is probably not something I'll be wearing, but this will definitely stay in my collection. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, as well as liking the video. See you next time.